guys, welcome to questions and answers for this week, and today we're going to be talking about how to minimize social media overwhelm. Now, we all get stuck about social media and how we can keep up with the posting, and we sometimes spend so much time on social media when we shouldn't be. We should be in the studio shooting or editing. So I've put some steps for you to minimize the overwhelm that I used to get, and I still do sometimes, but to sort of help you schedule it more effectively, and so it can work for you and not take over your time or your life as well. So step number one is find a program or online software to use that you're going to love. So for instance, I use Hootsuite, and that allows me to post all on the one screen, and it goes automatically out to all my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. They just introduced Instagram, so it's really good to use as it's my favorite platform. Now, you just post something there, and then you hit schedule, or you can hit it to go out straight away while you're there. And what I do is I schedule, weeks in advance, once a day or twice a day, depending on what I'm doing, what I'm offering. And it goes out automatically, so that's less tasks off my list. And so there are many softwares out there. Like I said, I use Hootsuite, which is good, and they have a free version as well. And if you want to go into more complex, you can always upgrade. And there are many out there. So I would Google social media scheduling, posting, or something like that, and you will get a whole load of softwares to use. But that's one thing that I totally recommend. Now that you've found something you love, I recommend to schedule out what you're going to post. And another thing is, when you decide what you're going to post, try and schedule for the next month if you can. It's good to start off with 2 weeks minimum. So I would sit down, schedule 2 weeks of what you're aiming to post. You can start off maybe once a day, choose a time that you find your audience is more online, and schedule those out to go to all those social media platforms that you've got integrated with the software. Do that, just like I said, start off with 2 weeks. If 1 month is too much for you, schedule 1 post a day and see how effectively it works for you, and then you always can go back, tweak it, fix it, do whatever you want there. So that's a good way to do it. So always set a date every month to do this, to actually sit and do this and do your scheduling, because in the long run it definitely helps you. And us as photographers, we get so caught up with other things that we forget that our online presence helps us create business. So that's really important. So what I do is I schedule 1 day a month, and it's a recurring tasks for me. I do that in my iCal, or you can do it in your diary or Google Calendar, whatever you use. And that day, it's a must for me to sit and schedule out using that software, using Hootsuite, all my posts. And once that's done, that's it. That task is done, and I don't have to worry about the following month. So I really suggest you do that, as it really helps you, and it does help me. So I know it will help you in the long run, and you're going to thank me for it. Now, the third thing, you're probably wondering, okay, if I've got all this and I've got a date scheduled in my calendar to sit and schedule, post for the next month, but what do I post? Now, this is where everyone, not only you, not only me, but everyone gets stuck in this. Now, it's a good thing to remember that even though we're photographers, and yes, we work with visuals, our images, it's good to use personal story as well. So if you post that image, you might want to ask a question so your audience interacts. You might want to use a story behind that image, because people love reading stories and they can relate to it. And if it's a good story, people will read it and they will remember you for it. So that's an idea. Also, you can even, I personally randomly sometimes post, personal images. If I'm out or I see something nice, or, I want my audience opinion on, I will post that random personal image, because people love following other people and seeing what they do in normal everyday life. So I'd suggest, but that's totally up to you, to mix it a bit between, business work and personal, what goes on in, your work outside or from behind the camera, outside, your studio, and from, without your camera. So what goes on there. So, and that really, people start to learn really who you are as well. And and then it just gives you another thing to post. So if you're stuck, always do the three. Use a story, use your personal posts in there, and see how you go. And so I really hope this has helped you in any way. So if you're stuck on what softwares to use or what programs, I would start using Hootsuite, because I know how to use it personally and I love it, and it's loved by so many people. Or if you know of anything else, please share, comment below and let me know, because I'd love to learn, and others as well, I guess. So that's my tips for you today on how to prevent social media overwhelm. And if you really, really sit down and do that schedule once a month, you will save yourself time in the long run. And it just becomes a habit. Because it does take time to get used to it, but it does become a habit, and you're going to love yourself for it. So that's our questions and answers video for today, for this week. And if you have any questions, like always, please email me at rochelle@thephotographersociety.com. And I look forward to your questions, and I'm doing my best to answer them all, so everyone gets full of inspiration, tips and advice every week. So that's it from me to you guys. I will see you in the next video. See you then.